Hello everybody, today I'm going to be doing my first booktube video. To start this video out, I thought I'd talk a little bit about why I made my booktube channel. I decided to do this because when I started watching booktube, I felt really inspired, and I just want everyone else out there to feel the same way, and I feel like I might be able to connect with different people and hopefully inspire them to read more. The remainder of this video is going to be a Christmas book haul. To start off, I would like to introduce you to Night Film by Marisha Pessl. This book is about a investigative journalist who's looking into the suicide of Ashley Cordova, and she has a really mysterious family life, and I'm really excited for this book especially because of some of the pictures in it. Here's a sampler. Yeah, I just think it'll be really fun to read. The next books on my list are going to be the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Now, I feel like I should have read this a really long time ago because it is such a classic, and I'm just really excited. I know these are really ugly because they don't match at all, but if I like this series enough, I'll probably get the box set. Next up is Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. I already read this book, and it is so good. I wish I could tell you guys all about it, but I think part of reading this book is going into it a little bit blind. What I can tell you, though, is it is about a reporter who goes back to her hometown to investigate murders, and I think this book is really unique in the fact that I haven't read anything like it, not saying other people haven't. But it was really outside the box for me. Normally I'm kind of like a YA fantasy guy, but this is really cool. I like this adult thriller stuff, and I hope to read more from her in the future. The next book I have for you is The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides. This book is about the 5 Lisbon sisters who all commit suicide, and 5 boys in their neighborhood's recollections of these girls. And I'm really excited to read this book because not only is it by Jeffrey Eugenides, who's an amazing author, but also I heard it's pretty funny and wicked, and it's just got a lot of feels to it. Next up is the Mistborn trilogy. I'd like to thank Reagan from the Peruse Project for kind of suggesting this in her 2014 book review of the year, and I think this series is really exciting. There's a lot of cool things about it, because some of the characters in this book can perform allomancy, and allomancy is basically where characters can eat metals and gain powers from them, and I think this will be a fun epic fantasy series to read, especially during the winter month. Alright, next up is a book you probably know a lot about already, but it's called Paper Towns, and it's by John Green, and it's about a boy whose name is Quentin, and he basically tries to figure out what Margot Spielgman, a girl that goes to his school, is all about. She's a very mysterious but also very popular girl, and everybody loves her, and she's just awesome. But as the story progresses, you start to realize that there might be a little bit more to Margot that not everybody sees. Alright, next up is Goliath by Scott Westerfeld. This is the 3rd book in the Leviathan series, and I love these books. I think they're great, and basically the premise of the story is that this is somewhat allegorical of World War I, and it follows a boy who's supposed to be the prince of like Austria-Hungary, and he meets up with a girl who's in the Air Force for Britain. And this is actually a steampunk series, which is really unique. You don't see a lot of that around, and I think the pictures in here are also pretty cool. And this book's just really cool. The next book I have for you is Afterworlds by Scott Westerfeld. This is my first read of 2015, and it's a very good book. It has 2 stories interwoven into one. The first story being a sort of YA contemporary story about a girl named Darcy, who's a very, very good writer, and she gets a publishing contract when she's only 18 years old. And she moves to New York City, and she has these big adventures there. And the other half of this story is the story that Darcy actually writes, called Afterworlds. And this story is about a girl who gets in like a serious accident, and she gets to visit the afterworlds, and all these crazy things go down there. And this book's really fun and exciting. I really enjoyed Darcy's story. I have to say, a lot more than Lizzie's. I think there was a lot more, for me at least, in interest about the YA publishing companies and all the author lingo and stuff like that. I thought it was just a really cool book. I saved the best for last on this one, and I have for you guys The World of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin and some other people that don't matter as much. This book is amazing, and I know I'm going to love it already. It's just basically the history of Westeros, and I love the Game of Thrones series. I'm a huge fan, and the pictures in here, I know I've shown you guys like pictures already in this haul, but seriously, these are amazing. Look at this. Look at all of them. Thank you guys for watching my video. Goodbye.